An update now on the Disney actor who died earlier this week. His family is talking now about his death. His name is Cameron Boyce, and his family released a statement confirming that he did in fact have epilepsy, and it was a seizure that killed him when he was just 20 years old.
That statement follows news that the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office completed his autopsy, but the agency delayed releasing an official cause of death. He was found unresponsive in his North Hollywood home over the weekend, and news of his death made us ask questions about epilepsy.
Yeah, what is it? Who's at risk? Can it be cured? And why was this something that killed Cameron? News 19's medical reporter Rosemarie Beltz is here with facts you need to know. Rosemarie?
Hi there, thanks Andrea. So anyone can develop epilepsy, and it's one of the most common conditions actually that affect the brain. Every function in the human body is triggered by messaging systems in our brain, and epilepsy results when this system is disrupted due to faulty electrical activity. It's kind of like a short circuit in your brain, and according to the CDC, over 3 million people in the U.S. are affected, including men and women of all ages. Often, the exact cause is unknown. It's also important to note that someone with epilepsy cannot give it to another person. It's not a contagious disease. So here's a look at some of the risk factors. You have head trauma, stroke, brain tumors, and some infections. Now, epilepsy symptoms include repeated seizures that vary depending on the individual. Some people experience a sort of zoning out type of seizure and stare blankly into space, while others can experience muscle twitching. So having a single seizure does not mean you have epilepsy. Doctors typically begin testing for the disease following 2 unprovoked seizures. Now, most people with epilepsy live a complete and full life. Treatment with medicine and even sometimes surgery can control seizures, and some children with epilepsy actually outgrow the disease.
Okay, so if most people can live a full life, a complete life, what happened to poor Cameron?
I know, it's really tragic. Well, there's 2 types of seizures, right? Some that happened, they're focused and generalized seizures. And from there, there's also another category of seizures. What they're saying, it's called sudden, unexpected death from epileptic seizures. It only happens in 1 in 1,000 people. So they're saying that they're attributing it to this. And all you really can do is, if you have epilepsy, is to take your medication, and kind of reduce those chances that I just mentioned.
We are out of time, but quickly, what do we do as friends if we see one of our friends or somebody in public having a seizure?
Really simple 3 things, right? You want to stay with the person, keep them safe, and put them on their side. So, it can be, and if you are scared, right, call 911. It doesn't always, it's not always necessary to call 911, but to be safe, it's not a bad idea. Yeah. But again, and a lot of this myth that you can swallow your tongue, that is a myth. You can't swallow your tongue. You basically just want to get the person on their side, clear their airway, but don't leave them, right? You don't want them to wander into traffic or something.
All right, Rosemarie, thank you so much.
All right, more Friends at 5 up after the break. Keep it here.